webinar today. The question goes as follows. Assalamu alaikum. In our
Alaikum
everyday
assalam.
life, we spend very little time on ibadat and dua or acquiring knowledge, maybe less than 10%. Whereas the rest of the time we're occupied by worldly affairs such as work, university, housekeeping, grocery shopping, cooking, etc., sports, socializing. But indeed, most of these actions are unavoidable, especially if one has to live alone or away from family. The question is, to what extent is this time spent justifiable before Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? And could this be a reason for regret on the day of judgment? And what can we do in this case?
Yeah. First of all, we should have a plan for our life. If you don't plan for your life, realities of life and other people plan for you. If you have plan, you can give everyone their due rights, but also make sure that you don't miss the priorities and you keep also something for your personal growth and development. So planning is very important. Part of that planning should be a time that you keep for your study and a time that you keep for your spirituality. Of course, spirituality has to be 24 hours, but you need a time of khalwa, a time of being to yourself and be able to think, be able to reflect, be able to read the dua alone and maybe cry, maybe think, maybe laugh. I don't know, I'm not saying you must always cry, but something that you have to have no worries of what other people are going to think about you, even sometimes. Of course, in the family, sometimes there is so much of understanding that you don't need to hide yourself, but it's better that even in family, it's not everything done in the eyes of others. There must remain between you and Allah something that no one knows. So we need two particular times to plan for our person. A study, I think minimum is 1 hour, and ibadah and contemplation. This I cannot fix time, but maybe this also can be, if we include wajibat, 1 hour to 2 hours. The rest, I think we do it always, more or less. Of course, for example, Salih Rahim, other thing, we have to be careful, but more or less we do it because there are people who demand. A study is something that no one may demand. Ibadah, contemplation, tahajjud, maybe no one demands. But if I don't visit my parents, then either they ask me or someone reminds me, lecture, whatever. Of course, we need reminder for all of this, and we need to plan for all of this. But I'm saying those things which are very hardly asked by anyone other than yourself is your study. And I mean by study, not studying your subject of university or college. Those are very good, and you can maybe study 5, 6, 8 out 10 hours. Or for example, a talib studies 10, 12 hours. But I'm saying every Muslim should have 1 hour of studying Islam, religion, akhlaq, and this type of thing, and some time for himself. Let me end with this story. One of ulama was asked by community in Iran to leave Najaf and go to his own city to help people with religious guidance. So he went to his teacher, and his teacher told him, keep 1 hour for yourself. After some time, some mu'mineen from that city went to Najaf and met that alim, that marja, and that marja, when knew that they are coming from the same place, that his student is now there, asked them, how is he? He said, Alhamdulillah, he's good. But that 1 hour that you had told him, because apparently he had told the story also to mu'minin there. He said that 1 hour has preoccupied him 24 hours. Meaning that with that 1 hour, now even when he comes to public, he has his own contemplative life, his own contemplation and relation with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Sometimes I call it roaming privacy. You need some private time, but then you can learn how to bring that privacy to society so that no one would disturb you and distract you. As we say about Arif in Misbah al-Sharia, Arif is the one that his body is with people, but his attention and his heart is with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Arif doesn't need to isolate 24 hours himself or herself, but needs some time of loneliness so that when goes out can keep that strong relation with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala there.
أحسنتم شيخنا.
May Allah inshallah bless you.
And we'll move on to greetings.
Yes.
Shall we start